Imagine a creature that never needs to drink water, can leap over a school bus, and carries its baby in a built-in backpack. It sounds like a superhero, but it's real. This amazing animal lives in the wild lands of Australia. Let's hop into the world of the kangaroo. You probably already guessed we're talking about kangaroos, the bouncy, fuzzy marsupials that feel like they stepped straight out of a comic book. First, let's break down what a marsupial even is, because it's one of their most super traits. Unlike mammals that have babies that develop fully inside the mom's body, marsupials give birth to tiny, underdeveloped babies that finish growing in a special pouch on the mom's belly. That pouch isn't just a pocket, it's a soft, cozy, temperature-controlled nursery with everything a tiny baby needs to grow big and strong. You can only find wild kangaroos in one place on Earth, Australia. They live all across the continent, from dry red desert plains to thick green forests to wide open grasslands. No matter the landscape, these animals have adapted to thrive in some of the harshest conditions on the planet. There are dozens of different kangaroo species, but two stand out as fan favorites. First is the red kangaroo, the biggest of them all. A full-grown male red kangaroo can stand as tall as a professional basketball player, towering over most adults when it's fully upright. Then there are tree kangaroos, the smaller, fuzzy cousins that live in the treetops of tropical rainforests, climbing and leaping between branches like tiny fuzzy acrobats. Take one look at a kangaroo and you can see its built-in super tools right away. Its hind legs are thick, powerful, and built to launch it huge distances with a single push. That long, thick tail you see dragging behind it, it's not just for show. It acts like a third leg when the kangaroo is standing still, and it works as a counterbalance mid-hop, keeping the animal steady so it doesn't tip forward. Its ears are another nifty trick. They can swivel independently in any direction, picking up even the softest rustle of a predator from hundreds of feet away. You might think an animal that bounces around all day would need tons of fuel, but kangaroos survive on a simple, 100% plant-based diet. They munch on grasses, leaves, shrubs, and even tough desert plants that most other animals can't digest. Even more incredible, kangaroos can go for months without drinking a single drop of standing water. They pull all the moisture they need from the plants they eat, which makes them perfect for surviving long, dry outback seasons where water holes dry up for weeks at a time. Kangaroos don't live alone either. They hang out in groups called mobs, which can have anywhere from a handful of animals to more than 100. Each mob is led by a dominant male called a boomer, who keeps watch for danger and protects the group. The adult females in the mob are called flyers, and the tiny babies, those are joeys, the fuzzy little stars of every kangaroo story. Mobs stick together, graze together, and bounce from place to place as a single unit, looking out for each other every step of the way. Hold on tight, because next we're about to bounce into the science of the kangaroo hop. It's like a built-in pogo stick. You already wondered how they hop so fast and far without getting exhausted. Let's break that superpower down, starting with a fancy science word, saltation. That's the term for their signature energy-efficient hop, and it's way more than just jumping for fun. Think of their back leg tendons like giant, super stretchy natural rubber bands. Every time they land, those tendons squish down, storing all the energy from the impact. When they push off again, that stored energy springs back, launching them forward, almost like a squeezed Superball let go. No extra effort needed, just free, bouncy momentum. How fast can that momentum take them? Try 70 kilometers an hour. That's faster than most city cars drive through residential streets. If a kangaroo hopped down your local road, it would keep up with traffic easily. No gas, no sweat, and the leaps, they're straight out of a superhero comic. The longest recorded kangaroo jump is 9 meters from toe to toe. That's as long as a full-size school bus. The highest jump on record is 3 meters straight up. Imagine clearing the top of a standard basketball hoop without even breaking stride. The best part of this whole system is how little energy it actually uses. Kangaroos recycle roughly 70% of the energy they put into each hop. That means for every 10 units of effort they use, they get 7 back for free. So long distance travel across the open outback, it's barely a workout for them. They can cover dozens of kilometers in a single day without stopping to rest. You've probably noticed their thick, muscular tail too. It's not just for show. That tail acts as a balance pole when they're mid-hop, keeping them stable even when they're flying over uneven ground. When they stop, it works like a kickstand, propping them up so they don't tip over. And when they're moving slowly, they even use it as a fifth limb, pushing off the ground to help shift their weight forward. Here's the quirky twist no one sees coming. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Their leg structure and the shape of their feet make it physically impossible. If they need to change direction, they can't just step back, they have to hop in a full circle to turn around. It's a silly little quirk for an animal that's otherwise such a master of movement. All that bouncing power is impressive enough, but wait till you hear what female kangaroos carry right there on their bodies as they hop. Get ready to peek inside the coziest nursery in the animal kingdom. You won't believe how a baby kangaroo grows. It all starts with a birth so tiny you'd barely spot the baby if it was sitting on your thumbnail. After just 30 to 40 days of pregnancy, a mother kangaroo gives birth to a joey that's smaller than a jelly bean. It's blind, hairless, and so underdeveloped, it looks less like a kangaroo and more like a tiny, squishy pink worm. That tiny newborn doesn't get any help from mom either. It has to make a treacherous climb all on its own through thick fur on her belly straight up to the pouch. It uses its little clawed front paws to pull itself forward, and it follows the scent of her pouch to know it's going the right way. The whole climb only takes a few minutes, but for something that small, it's like crawling up a 10-story building with no safety net. Once it gets inside the pouch, it latches on to one of her teats right away. That teat swells up inside the joey's mouth, so it can't fall off. Even when mom is bouncing at full speed across the Outback, it stays latched there, safe and warm, for 6 whole months, growing from that jelly bean size into a fuzzy, recognizable baby kangaroo. At around 6 months old, the joey gets brave enough to peek its head out of the pouch for the first time. It watches the world go by as mom hops around, still snuggled up, safe inside. By the time it's 8 to 9 months old, it's big enough to climb out and hop around on its own. But it still runs back to nurse and hide when it's scared or tired. Here's the part that will blow your mind. A mother kangaroo can juggle 3 generations of babies at the exact same time. She can have a tiny newborn joey latched on in the pouch, an older joey that hops around outside but comes back to nurse, and a dormant embryo just waiting in her uterus for the perfect time to start growing. She can even make 2 different types of milk at once, one for the tiny pouch baby and one for the bigger outside joey, to give each exactly what it needs to grow. You might think a pouch that holds a growing baby would get messy, but mom has that covered too. She licks the inside of her pouch clean every single day, even when there's a joey in there. She can also tighten the muscles around the opening of the pouch to close it tight so the baby doesn't fall out when she's hopping fast or diving away from danger. It's like having a built-in zipper for a mobile nursery, all controlled by her own body. In our final chapter, we'll reveal the clever tricks that make kangaroos the ultimate Outback survivors. You won't want to miss it. Alright, let's dive straight into those Outback survival tricks you've been waiting for. First up, how do kangaroos beat the brutal Outback heat that can climb past 100 degrees Fahrenheit for days on end? They've got 2 super clever moves. The first is a total hack. They lick their forearms over and over, right down to the skin. As the saliva evaporates, it cools the blood flowing close to the surface there, bringing their whole body temperature down fast. The second is simple but smart. They spend the hottest parts of the day napping in the shade of gum trees or rock overhangs, saving all their energy for the cooler morning and evening hours when they graze. Now, here's the water-saving superpower that makes them true Outback legends. You might think any big animal needs to drink every single day, but not kangaroos. They get almost all the moisture they need straight from the grass, leaves, and shrubs they eat. Some adult kangaroos can go weeks, even months, in really dry conditions without drinking a single drop of standing water. That's game-changing in a place where water holes can dry up for months at a time. Of course, surviving the Outback isn't just about beating heat and drought. There are predators lurking too, like dingoes that hunt in packs and wedge-tailed eagles that target small joeys from above. But kangaroos don't run scared. They've got a defensive weapon that's no joke. Those powerful hind legs. A big red kangaroo can deliver a kick so strong it can send a full-grown dingo flying, even break bones. They balance on their muscular tail to lift both legs at once, delivering a blow that's enough to make most predators think twice about attacking. And they don't face danger alone. Kangaroos live in groups called mobs, and they've got a built-in warning system. When one kangaroo spots a threat, it thumps its heavy tail hard against the ground. That deep rumbling thump travels through the dirt for hundreds of feet, so every member of the mob gets the message to stay alert or bolt to safety. It's like their own version of a community alarm. No electricity required. Let's tie all those superpowers together, shall we? First, we solve the mystery of their endless hopping. Those elastic tendons in their hind legs act like giant rubber bands, storing energy with every bounce, so they barely use any muscle power to keep going. They can hit 35 miles an hour and cover 25 feet in a single leap, all without getting winded. Then we uncovered the secret of the pouch. It's not just a pocket, it's a full mobile nursery that grows with the joey, with built-in milk that changes formula as the baby gets bigger, and even a zipper of muscle to keep the little one safe mid-hop. And now you know they've got a whole toolkit of survival adaptations: heat-beating forearm licking, water extracting, digestion, bone-crunching defensive kicks, and tail thump warning systems that keep the whole mob safe. It's no wonder they rule the Outback. First, kangaroos can't walk backwards. Their big hind legs and thick tail make moving in reverse physically impossible. That's one of the reasons they're on Australia's national coat of arms. They're a symbol of always moving forward, never looking back. Pretty cool, right? Another fun fact, when they're moving slow, they use their tail like a fifth leg, propping themselves up on it while they swing their back legs forward. That's right, 5 whole limbs for getting around at low speed. So now you're a kangaroo expert. If you love this, hit subscribe and join us for more animal adventures. Tell us in the comments, what's your favorite kangaroo fact?